Okay.
The way money is.
All right, now moving on now. Across the country, many citizens who trooped to their wards to collect their permanent voters' cards, PVCs, have expressed fears that they may not be able to vote during this year's general election. This is due to difficulties surrounding the collection of PVCs. To expedite the process for collecting the cards, the Independent National Electoral Commission, that INEC, have started distributing the cards at ward level. Residents in some parts of Lagos and Abuja have attributed the difficulty to the disorganization by INEC and accused INEC staff of demanding money before giving people their PVCs. Trust Nigerians. Anything that comes to this, 21st of this month, that's official, the Nigerian by INEC, that's those PVC that we have in our offices. Now, if they said from state, it has gone to the local government, from local government, it's now at ward level. That means, like your polling unit, making it accessible.
You see, sometimes when I look at us, I wonder if we are different from other human beings that God created. What is so difficult about you do PVC, distribute PVC? You have my phone number, you have my address, you have everything. Why is it difficult? You can make call, you can send text message, so date, we expect you to collect it, so it's available. Because when you register, everything about you is known. So, but many people who go to the local government, their ward, and they are able to find their PVC. So some will say they've been repeating, visits after visit, and they still didn't get it. So you now see huge crowd. And our people, that's an opportunity for brisk, business, and bring 5,000, bring 2,000, and they will go in, bring it out, and all that. I wonder, INEC can do better in that aspect, because the addresses of people, you have the information, their mobile phone number, you have the information. Why is it difficult? Or is it deliberate? Because I don't know why. If we are able to post these things to people's residences or their address or nearest, why are we having problems in, PVC? And some people now have to make money, collect money from people to give them their PVC. Who will vote when there is no PVC? You cannot vote without the PVC. I'm not happy with this kind of crisis because it's unnecessary.
The distribution becoming so difficult and accessible.
I think we just like to create problems for ourselves. This is a country that enjoys creating problems for our citizens. Everything that we can do in a very simple and neat manner, we just do it very shoddily. Some people wanted to register for NIN, it was trouble. They had to pay also to register for NIN. I remember when I went to collect COVID-19 vaccine, I collected the first dose. They said come back after. When the time came, I got it wasn't available. And they called me probably 2 months or 3 months later, I should come. But they said, what is our problem in this country? PVC, when people were registering, it was a problem to register. It was tedious. To collect is also tedious. And then there are people, very unscrupulous Nigerians, who will always want to take advantage of the opportunity to defraud people and extort people. What is difficult in making these PVCs available at the polling units? Everywhere. Just go there, walk in there, and collect your card. So either should look into this. Otherwise, we just end up disenfranchising Nigerians unnecessarily. We're celebrating that a lot of people, young people, came out to do registration and all of that. So what's the point in registering when you can't collect the PVC? Or when you find it difficult to collect the PVC? So either can better wake up and do something about this.
These issues are better dealt with in the north than in southern Nigeria, because the kind of crowds that we see at those collection centers, you don't see them in the north. It means they was devised some ingenious means of getting these PVCs across to their owners, that to the point that we don't see such scramble for PVCs, whether in Kano or Yola or elsewhere. It's not as much of a problem in the north as it is in southern Nigeria. I believe that PVCs can be distributed even in communities outside of polling centers. Traditional rulers, district heads can be involved in distributing and reaching out to people and handing their PVCs over to them. If such people can be trusted to not allow themselves to be compromised by politicians. INEC has devolved a collection to the wards across the local governments in our country, believing that people will seize the opportunity to collect their PVCs. INEC also said, look, we are open. It is not enough. You must make the collection simpler for our people. You must ensure that people do not suffer, stay on the queues for up to 7-8 hours just because they want to collect their PVCs. Mayor and I were discussing day before yesterday, and he told me that he went to the grammar school collection point, and I was on the queue for so long. I don't know if it's a grammar school or the technical school, one of those schools in Agidingbi. And it was on the queue was not moving. Some people got frustrated and they left. In some parts of Lagos, people are paying as much as 5,000 naira to agents who will move into the offices of INEC where these things are kept and simply collect for them. And when they collect your PVC for you, they expect you to still pay another sum of money to be able to collect that of your wife. It's absolute rubbish. People should not be put through this kind of pain because they want to exercise their franchise in our country. Why do we put our people through this pain every electoral cycle? It's wrong. To even register to even get the PVC, to even register in the first place, our people went through war. Some will get to the registration points as early as 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and will still leave without being registered. Some be able to collect his PVC for that day. That is why some people are thinking that perhaps this is even a deliberate attempt to disenfranchise some of our people, because people shouldn't be going through this pain. There should be an effective way of sorting these cards and ensuring that the owners of the cards collect their cards and leave. And those who want to replace their cards because the cards are defaced, those who want to replace their cards because the cards got stolen or whatever, and those who want replacement transfer because they moved from one point to another, therefore, because all the PVCs are already configured to polling units. Okay. So those who also want to collect PVCs, having transferred their voter cards to new destinations, they also should not go through pain. But this is what our people are going through. This pain is just too much for our people. And if it continues like this, I can tell you that so many people will not vote at the end of the day, because how many people can stay in on a queue for 7 hours in a country where you must hustle to make ends meet, in a country where even the hard working is not guaranteed his daily bread? You can't be forcing people to stand up in the queue just waiting to collect PVC. They must survive. And when survivor calls, they are going to leave the queue in anger and go and seek how they can find money to keep body and soul together. So INEC has to do its best to improve the collection of these PVCs. When I read that Lagos State, that Lagos had 1.6 million PVCs uncollected, I shook my head. That figure is huge.
1.6 million, yes, the highest.
It's a lot. For people who went through pain to get registered, no one can convince me that they did all that for nothing, that they do not want to vote or that they do not want to collect it. It must be because the whole process is disorderly in nature, there are inadequate officials to attend to them, and they are generally going through pains just to collect PVCs. Otherwise, I don't see any reason why somebody will register and it's time to collect PVC, will not want to collect it.
The INEC, they are understaffed, that they don't have enough personnel on ground to cater for the number of people that want to collect their PVC.
No, nobody can convince me around that. When you are registering, didn't you have, staff? See, we should make better use of technology. You can inform people. So, tomorrow, hours, to hours, we are available, your people is ready for collection.
Come on, pick it.
Then another set, another set, and make sensitization, very well. That please wait for our message before you come around. So those who are called to come,
will not be your access card.
You understand? No, this is okay. So that Nigerians, we love to be exploitative in our nature. We just try to make everything, difficult. A business, because we create artificial difficulty, artificial scarcity, artificial, stress that will make people to want to. So these are the things that normally happen. Why is it difficult to distribute PVC? Believe me, it does not make sense to anyone. In this stage and time, you have all the requisite, information you need to make these things seamless. Except from reports we've seen so far, it's not limited to Lagos. It's virtually everywhere in the south, except in Edo State, where the exercise is said to be seamless. So, in
Lagos State, if we have 1.6 million PVCs still, waiting
that is unfair. It is unfair for me to suffer to register, and at the end of the day, I cannot get my PVC. If I want to vote, I cannot vote without it.
Is it the level of awareness right now that is on the increase that is causing backlog for INEC, that the sensitization and people who are so determined to participate in this 2023 election?
People want to vote. If they didn't want to vote, they would not also have gone through pains to register. People actually want to vote. They say, we've discussed this a number of times, that there is heightened awareness, about voting. And we were even expecting, we said it that we're expecting that at this time, there will not be, we will have less voter apathy. You understand? But when you now make the process very cumbersome for people, it is actually discourage them. I don't want to believe, I don't want to believe that there's a calculated move to disenfranchise people. I think it's just a Nigerian thing. So the question now is, if this thing is seamless in parts of the northern Nigeria, what is it the INEC is doing there that it cannot do in the south, to get people to collect the PVC? If you have to hire ad hoc staff, go ahead and hire ad hoc staff. Go and take it to the polling units. Go and take it to the polling units. So I wouldn't buy the idea of giving it to community heads and that BKO advice, because the fear of compromise is ever present. But you can do this thing. It's doable. It's something that is doable. Let's do it. Let people collect the PVC and let them vote. That's the way it should be.
All right. And finally today, gunmen have abducted many passengers